Hey guys, Melissa here. I thought I'd just show you real quick kind of the setup of Julian's Proloquo and some of the core vocabulary and some of the areas where he most likes to kind of play around right now since you're not able to really get your hands on his device. So this is the home screen. We have chosen kind of an intermediate level, 45 icons, but there are a ton of different choices. Typically we keep this in guided access. So to edit it, if you are able to get access to his iPad, there's kind of two steps that you have to take. You have to go into settings, click on Proloquo, and then click on show options, and then you go back into the app, and then the options button is there, and then under restrictions you put it into edit mode. This is also the intermediate level. We felt like the beginning level was a little bit too easy for him, like he needed more vocabulary, and then obviously the advanced was a little bit too far, but the intermediate, we do kind of go through and kind of clean it up a little bit to make it a little bit more easy for him to use. So he's got I, and then a lot of verbs that he can use. If he holds down on these, which is not a skill that he learns yet, it gives him like the different options, and then just some basic, vocab, good, bad, more, all done. A couple of question words, but he most likes to go into these folders down here. So when you go into like food, of course, his favorite, the core words kind of stay in the same place. He's already figured out that he can put together a sentence, and then he can click up here like to play it back. So I feel like that's a good skill. He just likes to come in here and say M&M's, Rice Krispie Treat,
Rice Krispie Treat,
and
apple.
He thinks it's funny to list all the foods that he wants.
I want
Like
or like
food.
You like food? What do you like?
Banana.
Banana? Yes. What else do you like? More. What more food do you like?
Broccoli. Broccoli.
Broccoli is good. What
Broccoli.
else?
Candy. Candy.
Me too. I like candy. Can you say the whole sentence?
He hasn't quite figured out like the more feature yet, so if we wanted to talk like just about desserts or something, I'm not quite sure he could navigate there yet, but he's super motivated to talk about food. So his other current kind of area of interest or motivation is people, because he gets to see, Grandma and Grandpa, Mimi. I need to add like his nanny on here every week, and so he's always wanting to talk about the days of the week and like who he's going to see. So same thing, like the core vocab kind of stays like around the outside edges, and then we can customize the people here. So we added, of course, like
Grandma Kimmy, Aunt Hannah,
some of his family that he's able to see right now. He also kind of likes chatting. This is more like phrases, so I guess instead of putting together like how are you, he can just say how are you?
What do you think?
What do you think? So I feel like this is a good one for him to have up if he's like greeting the class. And he does know how to go back to the home screen. So he'll go back home and he'll go to food, he'll go back home and he'll go to people. It's just that he hasn't really explored these other ones. So, we've been kind of just adding little things here and there. Like if I wanted to go to people and add in his nanny, I'd click on the little edit button, and then it shows me how many, spots I have left, and you can customize it. Like we call her Miss Desi, but obviously we want like a picture of probably like a girl. So I'm gonna go to choose a symbol and just search girl. Or maybe I should search a woman. And then you just click done, and it's there. Sometimes the new ones, it doesn't automatically default them to the same formatting. So I like all the people to be yellow with the yellow background. So just over here, you can click border color. It's usually the center color that's the default, and then background color is usually like this lightest version. Any like recommendations, suggestions you guys have, or if you're working on something specific in school, Sarah, I really appreciate you like giving me a heads up. I think I did put in the clothing. Let's see if I can just find where clothing is. Probably under things, clothing. There was like some girl stuff defaulted in here, and so I just made it all stuff that Julian uses, and also put in a couple phrases since I knew you guys were using vocab like put on, So there's like a couple winter items, but if he wanted more, then he would need to click on more to find some of these
Scarf.
other ones. And I
Mittens.
tried to have it,
Boots.
be the ones that went along with the little video that you guys are using. But I think, we find Proloquo pretty user-friendly. I just think any app, it's going to take them a lot of time to kind of like remember where things are. So we have him on 5x9 right now, but it has all of these settings. So the smallest would be 9 buttons per page, and then it goes all the way up to 144 buttons per page, or I think you can put in your own custom grid size. I think as he gets older, we can up him to like the advanced level, or we can just up the number of icons on each screen and continue to add more vocabulary as he learns it. So right now he's on intermediate, but we have pared it down just a tiny bit, like on the home screen and stuff. But advanced, for example, this is what the home screen looks like. So I feel like it just has maybe a few more folders, more like preposition kind of words, and maybe slightly more complex verbs. So it's kind of similar. And then in food, I guess advanced has more core vocabulary like on the main page, and then he has to go into some of those like embedded folders to get to the foods that he wants to talk about. So I think that will be good once he kind of like learns where the core vocabulary is and starts to use and go into those additional folders. The basic we just felt like was too easy because it's just this teeny tiny bit of core. So we felt like it would be good to have him kind of like in between, I guess. But the good thing is it saves anything that you do, and you can also back this up to your Google Drive. So we did figure out how to do that. And we also figured out how to log in from multiple devices so that we can have the same version of this on our phones if we're out and there's something that he wants to say and we don't necessarily have access to his iPad. All right, we really appreciate it and look forward to talking to you guys soon.
D. E. F. Cow. Horse.
Yeah, you have a horse. Very good.